Hello, goobers, and welcome to Star Citizen. So, today I'm going to be starting off my stream with something a little unusual. In my previous stream, I did mention that for those of you who will not be able to get on to Star Citizen during the Invictus launch week, I would do a little tour of the place for you. Oh dear. Huh. My drink of choice today is Tango, so it's making me a little gassy. So don't be surprised if I suddenly mute my mic out of nowhere. Anyway, game is loading. We should be on a station close to ArcCorp, I hope. But yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I have been a big super goober. I promised I would post an announcement about this stream somewhere, and I haven't done that yet. Better time to do it while the game's loading. There we go. Alrighty. So, right at the gate, one thing I noticed about this patch is performance is up, like across the board. Unless you go to ArcCorp. So, word of solemn apology, I guess, is please don't bite my head off if the performance at ArcCorp is crappy. Also, for that matter, please don't bite my head off that the performance on this station is kind of crappy. Okay. Why is my Idris out there? What?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by.
You know what? It's the weekend, so there's going to be a lot of people on. So we're going to have to be pretty
Your
patient
vehicle
with
has
this.
been delivered to the following location. Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again.
So I'm kind of curious to know why my ship is still out there. I know they enabled quantuming to ships, so I'm going to see if I can get there. Just got impaled through the head by my ship's ladder.
Takeoff complete.
I do prefer the Mark 1.
Landing gear raised.
Oh.
Quantum drive is now on.
So this will be an interesting experience, trying to figure this out.
Quantum drive is now off.
Alright, so it's 11 megameters in that direction. Let's plot a course.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Shields online.
Wow, game's not kidding, there it is. Well, I guess you're gonna get to have a little tour of the Idris before we head to the Invictus halls. I wonder if the back door is still blasted open. Yeah, me and the fleet were in a, we're in an engagement yesterday. I took some damage and the back door got rather badly damaged. Yep, it's open. Okay, carrier landing in space. This will be a first. Oof. Ow. Ah. Okay, pilot-induced oscillation, very bad. Maybe I should just go to... Oh, God.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Engines. All systems
Remind me
offline.
not to try landing on carriers. I sail carriers. I don't land on them. Okie dokie. I wish there was a way to repair the ramp. Like, I took the ship to a station the other day, and I did use the repair function, but the ramp still won't close. Anywho, welcome aboard the Tuatha De Danann. Honestly, was not expecting this thing to be sat out. I suppose I should show you around. I should show you around. So, let's start with the bottom deck, shall we? So from down here, you can access the two belly turrets. And we also have this fun little space here, which serves as a sort of, now it's a tender vessel hangar. So this opens up, an Argo MPUV can come up and hover here, and then the operator just hits that button again, and it touches down. Which honestly I think is super cool. So we got this little antechamber here leading up to the gravity generator, the danger orb, the nope sphere. I imagine in a future update this will probably be a functional engineering panel for the control of generators. Uh, generators. Of gravity generators. Please excuse me, I've only been awake for about 45 minutes today. Look at all this paneling though, it's so weird and cool. I wonder how exactly this works. Like, how does this spinning ball generate ship gravity? It's cool. Say that much. Very, very cool. Anywho. Let us continue with the tour. You know, I think this is the first time that, what's it? I think this is the first time that the UEE Navy has been in Stanton for an Invictus launch week, showcasing a ship that players can actually, own. Now, I'll address the elephant in the room real quick. The people are having a hard time getting a hold of the Idris because of the fact that they're in limited quantity and they're only selling them in batches of 300 at a time, and they are flying off the shelves. Bear in mind, the platform that RSI has for selling ships right now is not permanent. When the game goes full release, every single ship available to play in the game will be acquirable in-game either through piracy or legitimate means. So if you aren't able to buy an Idris during this week's Invictus, do not worry. Granted, you may have to grind for it a bit in, in, the game's full release, but like Star Citizen doesn't have like skill barriers, or you don't have to level up a arbitrary number to say you're qualified to own slash pilot a capital ship. Like, if you can get the money for an Idris, you can go ahead and buy an Idris. No one's gonna stop you spending your money on what you want to spend it on in Star Citizen. Anywho, getting back to the tour here. So I believe we are on the port side right now, and we have the admittedly dark. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Ship power's off. At least I think it's off. Is it off? No, the engines are on. Whatever. This is the ship's gym, which I do sometimes wonder why it's so dark in here. It's like, is there a light switch I'm missing somewhere? Walking over treadmills. That's not it. Hmm. So yeah, we've got some lockers over here, which they are actually functional. Like, you can actually store stuff in here, so you could stick your suit away and put on your gym clothes and come over to the treadmills and just get your exercise in. Keep the rigors of space from tearing you apart. Also got a whole bunch of benches for taking a knee, as it were. So we are going to head up another deck. So just a quick word, by the way. And this is technically what you'd call a mezzanine, a floor between floors. Because there's not much to these decks. It's purely over here we've got the gym, and over there you've got air traffic control. Anywho, coming up here, here's a blast from the past for people who, for people who remember the hangar module. We have these old Microtech sim pods. Now these things, they used to be how you accessed Arena Commander. Like, you would load up your hangar module, you would sit in this thing, and then you'd get into, You'd get into Arena Commander where you could choose, oh, pardon me, where you could choose to play either Free Flight or I think it was Pirate Swarm in the beginning. Anywho, we are now in the port side primary access hallway. So let's head to the front of the ship and work our way back. So, easy way to tell you're headed to the fore of the ship. The docking collars are, The docking collars are forward, bridge access is aft. So, we keep heading forward and further forward and a little further forward, and ba-boom, we arrive at the front of the ship. So we've got escape pods and turret access here. I can't tell if this is an antechamber or the escape pod itself. I'm inclined to believe it's an antechamber. So this would probably be where the medical staff and the forward gunnery crew would evacuate. Then, of course, up here, we've got access to the primary nose turret, the big turret at the center of the Idris Arms dispute, so to speak. Let's see if I can figure out how to...
Aegis Combat Assist activated.
There we go.
Systems green.
So I have my my turret set to staggered fire, so if I just hold, do that. But then if I continuously click, that's still my favorite update to the turrets ever. Anywho, as you can see, my my turret is the laser cannon variant. It's not the biggest and baddest turret that the Idris can get, but it's definitely one of the bigger ones. Oh yeah, I also have that ugly monstrosity on my ship. I'm personally not a fan of black and red, but at least the red on this paint job isn't as garish as the other one. That is purely my opinion, though. I'm not putting down people who like black and red. I just don't get it myself. Alrighty, let's shut down this turret and head back down. So, since we came down the port side, let's go aft via the starboard side. And I have a little moniker for people who struggle to remember port and starboard. The red ship leaves port. So, basically what that means... Sorry, the red ship left port, not leaves port, left port. Because navigation lights wise, if I'm remembering this correctly, red lights are on the left and represent port. Green lights are on the right and represent starboard. So, yeah, just tell yourself the red ship left port, and you've reminded yourself of of what side port is. By extension, you know what side starboard is. So, working our way back, we start with the med bay, which honestly, it's Spartan. But then again, it's a military med bay. It's not exactly supposed to be, you know, a luxury hospital like you'd find on Crusader. So I got a recovery ward going on here. Evidently, this is where people get brought after they've gone through surgery. As despite the fact that, you know, mortality is something that humanity has seemingly conquered, well, recovering from injuries still gotta suck, so. Anyway, we've got operating theater here, so we've got an array of tools here. I think this is like a CAT scan or something. Definitely a place for surgeons to do their work. Pretty hard to do cerebral surgeries here, but then again, if somebody's needing brain surgery, they need a better hospital than what a Navy ship can offer them. So yeah, no, this is a well thought out room. I'm not a doctor, by the way. I'm just going based on logic. Anywho, we got the medical office here, so, you know, if you were in, say, you know, the Fourth Fleet, what's it? Ooh, squeaky chair. If you're in the Fourth Fleet, my org, as a, like, senior med tech, this would probably be your office. So, yeah, a fully fleshed out and rather functional medbay. And I know these things. I know these because I remember seeing a video on these things. I kind of hope they become functional later down the line, because the idea is you push on that little screen there and it dispenses a emergency med pen. So that would be one of these things, which I think is really cool. Though, polite request, don't look up patient records while you are, while you're using these monitors, because they would be very exposed. In fact, given which way round these are, I'd say they're supposed to be. Anywho, let's head back to the starboard corridor. Just noticed the little waiting bench there. Got relay access here. Surprised they put it there, not like in behind one of these. That'd be kind of cool. I love these screens, by the way. So this is definitely the aft end of the ship. Oh, there it is. There's the fore end of the ship. So we are here. No, there's medbay. Yeah, so we're here in this little section of hallway. As here's the dual purpose room. In the Idris P, it's a cargo bay. In the Idris M, it is a missile rack. So this would be filled up with all kinds of ordnance. I'm not sure what's on the other side of that. Let's see. According to the map, there's nothing beyond it. Oh well. Nothing wrong with Rule of Cool. Oh yeah, those are going to become functional later. So, fighting fires on your ship, like if you're a multi-crew kind of ship, then with engineering gameplay, there's going to be the possibility of fires breaking out on your ship. So if you're soloing an Idris and, somebody gets in a few cheap shots on you, like while you're, cycling your shields from a dropout or something, there is a possibility a fire could start on your ship without your knowledge and spread. Anywho, so here we have, I'm guessing this is a marine supply room? I'm still trying to figure this one out. Hmm. These aren't escape pods, I know that much. But given there is Yeah, okay, here we go. So I got first aid, a whole bunch of supplies. Could be a firefighting closet. Yeah, that would make sense to me. That does look pretty secure. So, firefighting crews, say the ship is burning down. Firefighting crew would run through here, close that door behind them. They're safe from the fire. Well, excuse me. Like I said, drinking tango, very gassy. But yeah, like got the little window here is a gauge whether or not it's safe to come out into the hallway. God, the address is just so well thought out. Like, I can't put words to it. There's two of these, by the way. One here at the front, and there should be, if I get down on my belly. Oh, can't quite see it for the girders, but there should be one for the aft as well. We got another docking collar, this one for the starboard side. Ooh, the captain's quarters. Wow, this is it's a bit dreary, not gonna lie. So we've got the XO's room and the captain's room. Let's start with the XO. Ooh. So this is kind of familiar. Getting throwbacks to the Hammerhead. Then again, they are both Aegis ships. It's got this very private but still very spacious washroom. It's a big mirror. Hmm. I Okay, this one's confusing. Flush 1, flush 2. Is it like a two-stage flush system or... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I bet you hit flush 1 and that flushes the waste into a tank, and I bet if you hit flush 2, it vents that tank to space, creating a sort of two-stage thing so you don't depressurize your bathroom. I think this is a suit locker. Maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, got some personal storage here. I could see putting like a little Takuatsu model of the Idris on that shelf. Alrighty. The captain's quarters. So right off the bat, the captain gets a big-ass office. Got this big old screen here. Maybe like playing news or something, or maybe like a view screen. Yeah, like from Star Trek. Maybe show what the ship can see outside. Maybe double as a hailing screen. Got some shelves for models. You got like a Takuatsu model of your favorite ship going on there, maybe a couple of trophies. And then we basically got the same bedroom slash bathroom? Yep, bathroom layout as the EXO. Oh, wait a minute. Did the EXO get a fancy curtain? I don't remember. Did the EXO get a fancy curtain? I don't think they did. No, they do. So, yeah. It's exactly what you'd expect from a military ship, though. Some nice private space for the senior officers, but it's not luxury, you know? Like, it's a necessary, quiet area for the officers to go collect their thoughts, plan their day, etc. So, if we head through this door here, we have the crew recreation rest room, which we got, I believe it's showers on one side and, yep, toilets on the other. Now, given the Idris would have quite the sizable crew to it, this makes a lot of sense to me. I've noticed that the lockers here are not functional, but that would be a lot of storage space. And, well, one thing you've got to always remember is balancing the look of something and the functionality of it with gameplay stability. Because if the Idris had too many like locker storage spaces, that would be a lot of inventories tied to a single ship. Anywho, here we have the crew mess hall. Look at those windows leading out to space. I kind of see what's going on outside. Take away a bit of that claustrophobia. They look pretty thick too. Like, I bet you those could take a decent punch. Wouldn't want to be in here if the ship goes to combat, though. These screens are cool. Like, I think that's like stock trades over there. What's going on over here? UIMF task name 01. Oh, okay, so that's like a progress tracker, duty roster kind of thing going on there. Okay. So this is a work shift tracker, I think. So we got names over here, workload period. Yeah, definitely some kind of work shift tracker. No idea what's going on here though. At the end of the day, most of these are just cosmetic. However, you could use this one as an actual map. As this one shifts between the aft and the fore section of the ship. So we're here right now. Yeah, we came in through there. So that means a door in here should lead to crew quarters. Yep, here we go, crew quarters. honestly, like, this is super creepy. Like, if I go over here, like, get down on the floor here. Like, imagine hiding here and you just see, like, you know, from the alien universe, you see the xenomorph step out into the hallway, look around, hiss, and then it walks down and disappears down that hallway over there. Like, goddamn. Like, once Star Citizen and Squadron 42 are done, my god, CIG, I challenge you, make a horror game, because you guys would master the environmental storytelling of it. So, anyway, it looks like each bunk has a functional storage space. Ooh, each bunk is usable too. That's good. Let's do a little count here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We got 26 bunks here. So that's a potential for 52 crewmen with, what's it, with a 2-shift rotation? Goddamn. A crew of over 70 with a 3-shift rotation. Now, mind you, you'd be cramming in like sardines at that point, but, you know. What do we have through here? Oh, this is indeed not a hallway. This looks like some kind of recreation area. Got shelves, maybe a snack bar or something. Definitely a place for preparation or decoration or something. Ooh, what are you? Aha! A little maintenance greeble. Pardon me, that tango is kicking my ass. So what do we have here? Pilot O2. Oh, okay. So these are flight leader quarters. So if you're, what's it? Yeah, if you're part of the flight crew, then this would be, okay, cool. I see what this whole area is now. This is the jocks' quarters. You know, this is where the pilots hang out and do their thing. Got their little desks, storage spaces here. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I wonder. No, I think that just goes out to the hallway. Let's go see them. Or we could be completely wrong. Ah, so this is a dedicated toilet room. That makes sense, I see. I see, I guess. Bleh. I'm not sure what a first aid cabinet of that size could be other than a baby changer. That's an interesting one to me. Probably, yeah, just the same toilet as the other room. Lots of space for loo roll. Only a single stage flusher? Hmm. Okay, I gotta ask, how the hell do you replace that toilet roll? What? Like, there's no buttons here. Do you pull off the whole panel to change one loo roll? What the hell? Oh no. Oh, that's gonna do my head in. You try to close one door, you open the one next to it. Oh no, I just realized somebody's on the toilet. You open their door and invade their privacy. They're yelling at you. You're trying to apologize because you didn't want to barge in on them. It just kind of happened. Oof. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, is there only one way in and out? Ooh. Hmm. Not sure how I feel about that for health and safety, but hey ho. Alright, what side of the ship are we on? Let's find out. So we've managed to get ourselves onto the port side. Shall we head back to starboard? Yeah, there is he. In fact, actually, while we're here, let's go take a look at the control room. So this would be your ATC, your briefing area. You know, what's it? The ship's officers would be briefing the flight crew on, you know, where they're going, what their objective is here. Or maybe not specifically briefing, but going over final checks, you know? Oh, hello. Got a full bore map going on there. So, you got the button for the front hangar doors over there. The button for the rear hangar doors is usually, like, right here, but, of course, mine are broken right now, so it's not exactly working. Alright, so here we are back on the main deck. Hmm. You know, I actually really like this design. The mess hall lets out straight to the control room door. Pilots would literally just like run across here. Like, imagine a scramble, the ship's caught off guard. You gotta scramble, the pilots literally sprint out of their quarters, through the mess hall, down here, down there, and just bring up the map here real quick. It's literally just down, across, out, crew up, and out they go. That's actually really good. That's probably the most time saving you could be without putting the flight crew barracks actually in the hangar. Alright, am I going in the right direction? We are not. Alright, let us continue working our way back along the ship. Got a little maintenance corner here. Here's that port side view bridge I mentioned earlier. Port side. Aft. There's a power suggestion for you. So we got access to the bridge and armory over here. Let's go check out the armory. You know, I'm liking where this is going. I think this is definitely a like a marine area on the bridge on the ship. Of course. Got some magazines enthusing about weapons and armor. Big weapon rack. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. Dang. 10 weapons. And many more sidearms. Just a moment. I have returned. Alright. So, this does not take a genius to figure out what this room is supposed to be. Uh, wonder, does it? Aw, dang it. It is non-functional. For the moment, anyway. So it looks like you got a little table here for putting your weapon down, working on it, inspecting it. Maybe lay out a couple of, lay out a couple of attachments. I'm pretty sure these controls are probably for like hollow targets. Yeah, that's what I'd price it on. Then, of course, you'd have the weapon vendor's office over here. This is a huge rifle rack. Like, holy crap. God, this light is blinding. Man, can you imagine, like, can you imagine being the, what's it? I'm not sure what they call it, just the armory master? Oh, got, pistol mounts over here, but they are non-functional. Oh well. Definitely lots of space to, like, lay stuff out. Like, if you're the armory master in a big org, then, you know, this is your cozy little corner, you know, this is your palace. You have, like, a little jukebox playing at the back there. In fact, I'm pretty sure that office over there is probably, yeah, let's it, probably be yours as well. Alrighty, so here we have some escape pods. Notice the escape pod is asymmetric. That's kind of cool. If there's a way to open it, I am not seeing it. Maybe like a terminal somewhere. Well, escape pods will come online at a later date anyway. God, I honestly can't wait for that though. You think about how, like, take a game like EVE Online, for example. EVE Online has these, like, massive fleet battles in deep space between their, like, super megacorps. The battles in Star Citizen won't be as big, but my god, will they be more involved, you know? Also, I do apologize for the frequent muting of my mic. I am slowly starting to figure out that I may have the sniffles today. Looks like we got another one of these firefighting closets. And here it is. The big, the one, the briefing room. Man, this thing is so cool. This is... Uh, that's peculiar. I hadn't noticed one of its doors is slightly open. Huh. God, I still remember the original concepts for the Idris. It was so skinny way back when. Uh, Got a big old briefing room here. Now these are 5 to a, what's it? These are 5 to a row. On a 1-shift rotation, let's see, 5, 10, 15, yeah, that's 15. So, man, you could brief more than half the crew in here on a 1-shift. And yeah, given the Idris would probably be a 2-shift vessel in the military, this is a rather sizable bay. Because, of course, you got your flight teams, you know, your pilots and stuff. You'd have your ship's officers, and then you'd also have the Marines as well. But then you'd also have the divisions, such as engineering, medical, all that. And yeah, they'd all need space to be briefed. I'm not sure I would have gone with this many chairs, but it is good future proofing, because you never know, you know? Like the oxymoron in that sentence. You never know, you know? Anywho, this room is gonna blue screen me, so I'm getting out of there. Have access to the tail turret here, which, if I'm not mistaken, in some versions of the Idris, the tail turret actually gets removed. Mm. Here we are, port side access only. Oh, this isn't an automatic door. Should I be concerned about all the shielding in the antechamber? Well, here we have it. The reactor core. These are the monsters generating all the power the ship needs. If I had to put my finger on that animation, I'd say it might be some kind of, like, cycling animation, like it's running through a refresh of coolant or something like that, you know? Pretty cool either way. Got all these, like, little greebles in here. Is, well, we've had more than our fair share of nuclear disasters that have taught us that we should not give up manual control of reactors, no matter how good computers get. Um, I know that was a big issue for the Japanese when their power plant went up. As they had pretty much no way to control their reactor. That's really scary. So it looks like we've got some kind of maintenance hallway here. Interesting. The holo says there's more to this, but hmm. You know what? There might be more to it in the other versions of the ship. That is easy to overlook, though. Like if it wasn't for the what's it? If it wasn't for the hazard markings, I wouldn't even think about that. You know, I'd walk right past it. Alrighty, to the bridge. Oh yeah, this is that big airlock on the back of the... Oh, what's it? On the back of the bridge. I think it's fairly sealed for the moment. I don't think you can actually open it. So here we are on the bridge. So I always used to wonder what these seats were in the old videos, and remote gunner makes sense. Are each of these remote gun seats? They are. So that's 4 remote turrets that could be operated all at once. Okay, prognosis confirmed. I do in fact have the sniffles. So, we've got the big old viewer screen thingamajigger here. So that's cool. What are you? Just a chair. Engineering, probably. Enter security seat. Weapons seat. What is security seat? I wonder if it's got any special controls or anything. I'm not oblivious to the fact that it looks like it's clearly malfunctioning. I will say that. Power on.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
So no special functions, it looks like. Hmm. Tis unfortunate. Is there a weapons seat here?
Aegis combat assist
Oh,
activated.
whoops.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Oh, remote turret? What is this? Oh, it's a camera. Okay. Neat. Can I zoom in? Yep, I can zoom in pretty far too. Not exactly enough for... what's it? Not exactly enough for surface, like, recon. Like, I wouldn't be able to, you know, look down and see what's going on a planet below. But, you know, good for awareness. That and coordinating a, what's it? MPUV, because it looks like I've got a good view of the cargo bay right there. Is there a control for the cargo bay here? Not that I can see. Now, of course, you got the co-pilot, pilot, and the captain's chair. I love how lazy this seems. This does not seem captainy at all. But I suppose it's, you know, it's there to make sure that the captain's not being thrown about every single time the the ship pulls a hard maneuver. It'd be hard to take your captain seriously if they keep getting thrown across the room. Anywho, so we have now spent, holy crap, we have spent an hour touring the Idris. Okay. Well, I will say this. It is definitely time to haul ass and get to ArcCorp, because I promised a tour of ArcCorp.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
I don't know what... I don't know why it's showing a fuse there. Like, what is that? Look, okay. Okay. On the upside, what's with the mining bases? Oh, there's a lot of them. That's going to make plotting a course to ArcCorp in the future a little annoying. Ready. Let's get this party bus moving, shall we? Power was indeed still on.
Shields offline.
So, I've noticed an interesting characteristic of the Idris's quantum drive, by the way. When you first use it, it makes you feel like the Idris is incredibly slow. But it turns out the Idris is actually lightning fast. The quirk is that it has a really long acceleration period. So if you pay attention to the distance to ArcCorp right there, you will notice that it is slowly getting faster and faster. Right, according to the Mobiglass, this trip should only take us just over 3 minutes. Yeah, see, we're starting to haul ass now. This thing will have no trouble navigating Pyro. Hmm. 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 Thought just occurred to me. Ship item persistence has always been a problem because of the despawning of ships. But if ships can now permanently persist in space as a result of, now we have the ability to quantum back to them, then that's a real boon for ship persistence, because the thing that was always making ship persistence so unreliable was having to, was having to claim your ship a lot.
Quantum travel complete. Shields online.
And you might be wondering, why are you stopping so far out? Well, for one, I kind of want to put my new theory to the test. And for two, I have a Hornet. Oh yeah, something I find fun about the turret mount, by the way, for the cheek. Like, the turret gunner has their own big old window of this, like, everything going on outside. Uh, my character needs a drink. And I just stored my drink. I am an idiot. This animation is working surprisingly well for being on the ArcCorp server right now. Wait a minute. Hmm. Suspicious. Okie dokie. So, where are we going? No, this is aft. God damn it. I'll get the hang of this place eventually. Okie dokie, so hangar is ready for takeoff. The question is, can I take off without blowing myself up? Because, my god, the controls are so damn twitchy. Ugh. Like, I love the speed limiter, but it needs to operate in finer increments.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online. Engines online. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
uh, that is gonna be so damn cool. And for those of you who picked up on the name that I'm giving my ship, yeah, you, I think you might just know the anime I'm getting it from.
Shields
Alrighty. There it is.
Quantum drive is now on.
And since I'm going to be landing in my Hornet, hopefully I won't have to do epic amounts of waiting in line for a slot to open up.
Quantum drive is now off.
You know, I was expecting more space traffic.
Warning, you are leaving a safe zone. Warning, you are leaving a safe zone.
Yep, I am feeling that. Whoa! What the heck? Excuse me? What just happened? I am so confused. Huh? What? Well, I still got my stuff. I am so lost. It didn't look like I hit anything.
Got an accident inbound. It's a pretty big one, so team stand by.
Yeah, my ship exploded. Big accident inbound.
I'll
Big
alert the
accident
manager to your situation. They'll contact you later.
I want to talk to a doctor or a scientist or someone who knows.
Okay. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Yeah. Well, I hate using these ASOP terminals.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Okay.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
God,
Please
that is
visit
so weird, though. Like, what happened? Like, did anybody see anything? Was I like missing something? I am so confused. I don't have a crime stat, so evidently I wasn't trespassing or anything. Oh man. Trying to rack my head around this hurts. Yeah, Mark IIs may be sleeker, but the Mark I's have more character. And more MFDs.
Admiral Aerospace. All systems online. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised. Shields offline. Quantum drive is now on.
Alrighty, let's take a second run at that, shall we? Hmm. You know what? I still got a gummy here. I'm a nabbit. And before anybody says, no, it's not pot gummies, it's just Haribo. Chill out. Eh, one viewer. This is supposed to be over here. Here we go. Yeah, I'll say this. I'm not ashamed of not having a particularly active chat. Like, honestly, I just like booting up OBS and sharing what I'm doing. Though, for those of you who may watch this as an archived video in the future, actually, I suppose it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, I'm just running this little poll on my...
Is at 75%.
Okay. I'm just running this little poll on my thingamajigger, my X right now. And it's to find out whether or not I should set up a dedicated Discord for my channel. So far, there are 2 votes to yes to no votes to no. So, you know, kind of leaning in the direction of making that channel. Making that Discord.
Quantum drive is now up.
Oh, my chair is so damn creaky.
Quantum drive is now on.
And of course, this time I'm showing up on the other side of the district from the starport. You know what? This time, I'm gonna put my shields up.
You are leaving. Shields online.
And I can't see jack. Is that the city or the starport? There is something in the vague shape of a planet in front of me, that much I know.
Warning, you are leaving a safe zone. Warning, you are leaving a safe zone. Briefing complete.
Given I just spontaneously exploded the last time, pucker factor was pretty high there.
Engines. All systems offline.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but they fixed the hangar sound glitch. Yes. God, I hated that thing. It's got some merch here that I've been meaning to take back with me. Anywho, so now that we're actually on ArcCorp, be definitely a good idea for us to take it slow and be patient, because there's going to be a lot of people here, and it's gonna tank the server. Plus, it's a weekend, so yeah, it's gonna be even worse than you might think. And I was here the day the doors opened, by the way. Like, I was here for launch day. That was, that was something else.
Want your company to be in good company? ArcCorp's unique vertically integrated corporate parks offer amenities such as resort
What?
sharing and
Alright,
logistical
I'm gonna take
care
my
for
helmet
our
off.
rental partners. Inquire
This who
today
doesn't want to look a
whether
little more
you
friendly?
invest in making ArcCorp your new home.
Huh. That guy, apparently.
For the latest
God, this is the
information,
most amount
be
of
sure to
players I
check
have
the
ever
department
seen in a
and
location
weather
before.
conveniently located throughout the spaceport.
And once again, here on launch day. Well, those guys are in a party, I think. Uh, I don't get what everyone's rush is. I mean, Invictus is going to be here for a whole week. Yeah, everybody's moving around holding shift, like their life depends on it. I'm sorry, is that dude just in... Yep, that dude is just in gold armor. The Bevic Convention Center. Tram to arrive in 22 seconds. You know, once Invictus is over, I would invite people to just do ship watching here at the, the ArcCorp Highway. Because, like, you can see all the old classic models for ships. So, like, you can see the Cutlass before it got all, like, huge. You can see the original 600i. Got an old Avenger there. Ooh, original Gladius. Oh, man, do you guys remember when the 600i used... There it is. I had that, like, super ugly freaking overwing thing going on. Like, like, it's still got the whole overwing thing happening, but, like, the old model, like, oof. Like, the way Origin used to look with the I've been saying 600i, 300i. The way Origin used to look with the 300i's, like, It was like Anvil tried to make something luxury, you know?
Now arriving.
Only been here for a minute, and already we can see a UE Marine standing by. Ooh, what is that, chocolate bar? Energy bar. Yoink. Call me a sucker if you want, but I love the commuter lifestyle. So here we are. Welcome to Invictus.
Service and civic pride.
They got all sorts of merch going on here. It's really cool. God, there's what I want, though. Or at least something like it.
A time-honored tradition since 2541, Invictus Launch Week is an opportunity for the public and the UEE Navy to celebrate the next generation of men and women who are about to join our ranks to defend the Empire, and give you an opportunity to see the latest additions to our fleet of defenders. Please enjoy.
Oh, I know where that is. That's on the 600i. Let's see. What's that? Well, obvious Mercury Star Runner. Some kind of blueprint here. Huh. Might be an original concept for the MSR. Ooh. Argo. Argo.
For centuries,
Argo.
Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
Now that's cool. Speaking of, there's actually a Terrapin on display here at the expo, so we can check that out.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our friends and family
Original
to
models.
get an understanding of what they have to look forward to in naval service.
Look how skinny the Cutlass used to be. Holy moly. Like, what? It's such a thin little door. God, I remember checking out the interior of that thing. Like, you had to crouch to walk around in this thing. Oh, the nostalgia. The nostalgia.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
Push themselves to their physical and mental limits. But the real lesson that our division
I've always been quite fond of these, like, military expo things, you know? Can you imagine the level of aerobatics needed to pull something like that off? Man, red arrows, I dare ya. Alright, let's head up to the convention hall. Okay, that is definitely a thing to be greeted by. I'd forgotten this was here. Once again, I apologize for frequently muting my mic. I have the sniffles, something fierce. So I know I took a tour of my own Idris like 40 minutes ago, but I am thinking I'm going to actually take the Idris, what's it, self-guided tour once we're done here. As it would be nice to see, you know, the military at work. As the UEE Navy is just so goddamn cool. Oh, there's the rental terminals. That is a lot of... You know what, CIG? Props for you. You knew how many people were going to be coming here. Oh, there's more over here. You know what, let's take a look. Let's see what they've got on offer. So, for today, we have Aegis, including the Sentinel, the Hoplite, the Warden. We've got the Saber Firebird, the Saber Comet, the original Saber. It's gray, kind of dark blacky red kind of going on. Ugh, pardon me. This thing I like. Like, this is... For someone like me who loves, you know, military capital ships, this is my alternative to the Connie, you know? Ooh. I'm liking that paint job.
Invictus launch week is a great opportunity to see your taxes at work.
Yeah. You're not fitting one of these on the Idris. The Idris is big, but it ain't that big. The icon, the tyrant, the legend, the Avenger. I don't know how much of Star Citizen's history you guys actually know, but during, I believe it was called the Mercer era, the Avenger held a role as a very common law enforcement vessel, and well, let's just say this, the UEE was very tyrannical at one point. And there was, in fact, a period where it wasn't uncommon to see an Avenger just kind of show up Like, you'd just be walking through the streets, going about your business, and this Avenger would show up, like, maybe 10, 15 stories up next to a skyscraper, and it would just start unloading into the building's windows. Because, well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what's going on with this demonstrator model here, but it's funky. It's a good thing the ships don't actually turn out like this when you actually spawn them.
The latest line of defenders from Aegis Dynamics
But
have
yeah,
already been tested throughout the Empire and
the
beyond.
point is, there is a reason I call the Avenger the Tyrant,
It's no wonder that the Navy
is
expanded their roster
it
of
was a bit of
Aegis
a
ships
symbol of
in naval
oppression.
fleet.
Still a great ship, though. Like, as far as starter ships go, the Avenger is honestly solid.
Though not nearly at the numbers that our UEE Army brethren order, the Navy maintains an active, versatile fleet of ground vehicles as well, whether for logistics, transport, or even exploration operations.
Man, this place is just so huge. Well, you know what? Let's see what's around here.
The UEE Navy is proud to welcome
Okay,
Aegis
those are some big
Dynamics
bombs.
back to Invictus launch week. Though they have created some of the most iconic and decorated naval ships in our history, their past was draped in shadow for decades. We are thrilled to see that they have truly committed themselves to building a brighter future.
You can actually buy this stuff. That's cool.
Aegis Dynamics is committed to improving the pilot experience, more so than any other manufacturer.
I'm guessing
Their
power
reps and
plants.
engineers are a common fixture at the Academy and naval bases to try and get first-hand accounts
Oh,
of
quantum
what
drives.
works and what doesn't in their ships.
Sunfire, Zephyr, Foxfire. What's these ones? Bolt and another Foxfire.
While fighters like the Hornet and Gladius
That's
have
big.
become synonymous with the UEE Navy, the truth is that with the variety of operations over the vastness of the Empire, the Navy utilizes a
I'm sorry, does that
variety of
say
ships including
Paladin?
submarines,
Oh, no, 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 no!
torpedoes,
Dang it. Well, there goes a big chunk of my change. I'm so used to just using the, what's it, the interact menu to zoom in and read stuff. Well, I guess I own a Paladin now. Big oof.
It's your right to inspect the latest acquisitions of the UEE Navy.
You know, I have my gripes with the Mark IIs, but
The latest line of defenders from Aegis
they
Dynamics
do look
have already
sexy.
been battle-tested throughout the Empire and beyond. With that kind of success, it's no wonder that the Navy expanded their roster of Aegis ships in their fleet.
Let's see. The Anvil F7CM Super Hornet Mark II. Manufacturer, Anvil Aerospace. Medium fighter. Refining their renowned military-class superiority fighter with the most up-to-date technology, Anvil Aerospace has crafted the M7CN Super Hornet Mark II, retaining the second seat and ball turret that made the original a truly terrifying mark to engage.
Graduates. It also gives our active service members much needed recreational leave. Be sure to thank a starman today.
Ah, this is all so damn cool.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride. While fighters like the Hornet and Gladius have become synonymous with the UEE Navy, the truth is that with the variety of operations over the vastness of the Empire, the Navy utilized a variety of ships, including some models made for the private sector.
You know, the tack, it has something that I can't quite put my finger on. Like, it's very out of the ordinary for Misk's style.
Improving the pilot experience, more so than any other manufacturer. The reps and engineers are a common fixture at the Academy and naval bases to try and get first-hand accounts of what works and what doesn't in their ships.
Ah, this is so damn cool. I must sound like a broken record at this point. But what else is there to say?
Though not nearly at the numbers that our UEE Army brethren order, the Navy maintains an active, versatile fleet of ground vehicles as well, whether for logistics, transport, or even exploration operations.
Oh, hey, the mirror works. That's cool. You know what? That's probably where, like, all the frames for the convention center are going.
For a variety of operations. For their combat search and rescue training, they are some of the few non-Marine military personnel who are invited to train with the Marines' standard pilots.
Here it is. The Fury Hangar. Star Citizen's smallest hangar. You can actually see the outline of the Fury sitting right here.
Although Invictus is a celebration of the men and women who are taking part within the training,
This
Launch
seems
Week
silly to
not only
me.
provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active service members much needed
Okay, now
recreational
these
leave.
are scary engines.
Be sure to thank a starman today.
Go figure. Blimminack.
Battle-tested throughout the Empire and beyond. With that kind of success, it's no wonder that the Navy expanded their roster of Aegis ships in their fleet. Proud to welcome Aegis Dynamics back to Invictus launching. Though they have created some of the most iconic and decorated naval ships in our history, their past was draped in shadow for decades. We are thrilled to see that they have truly committed themselves to building a brighter future.
I think he was just announcing the dark history of Aegis there. So here's one that kind of flew under the radar. The Asgard. Now, I find it kind of funny because people have been going on about how the Asgard has extra engines, but it actually doesn't. They've just been moved. It's basically a really, really big Valkyrie. Like, if we go and take a look in the back, the Asgard, I think, was definitely built as, like, the vehicle deployer. Goes down alongside Valkyries as extra guns itself, but the idea, I think, is that it takes the heavy artillery down, you know? Like, this bay is definitely supposed to support, like, I can see a Tumbril Nova in here. I'm not sure about, what's it? I'm not sure about any of the, thingamajigger. I'm not sure about frames like the Ballista or anything, but definitely fit a tank in here, that's for sure.
They are some of the few non-marine military personnel who are invited to train with the Marines on the hostile environments of Corinth.
I wonder if they're changing up the interior of the Valkyrie to match this, because having the, what's it? Having the crew hab area be sealed is a very good idea, because one day atmospherics will be a thing.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our friends and family booth to get a better understanding of what they have to look forward to in naval
That makes
service.
sense. The cockpit is locked. Yeah, no, it's honestly really cool. Shall we head on to
Aegis
the next
Dynamics
hallway?
is committed
Hallway?
to improving the
Is it
pilot experience
chamber?
more so than any other manufacturer.
Hall.
Their reps and engineers
Hall.
are
Hall is the word I'm
conversant
looking for.
at the
I can't
Academy
think
Naval
with that guy
Processing,
putting out
refining their
announcements every 5
firsthand
seconds.
accounts of what works and what doesn't in their ships.
Bloomin' heck. That's a cannon. Man. Imagine you're a traitor to the UEE back in the Mercer era and this thing shows up just outside the building and you just know how screwed you are. Oh dear. Little bit of texture foolery going on there, but yeah, what can you do? Could be an LOD thing. Pardon me. Pardon me indeed.
Aegis Dynamics is committed to improving the pilot experience, more so than any other manufacturer. Their reps and engineers are a common fixture at the Academy and naval bases to try and
Oh,
get
hey, it's
first-hand
the
accounts
RSI
of what
Scorpius.
works and what doesn't in their ships.
You got the Gladius, Guardian, Lightning, and Arrow. God, the range of fighters
The
has
latest line of
expanded
high-performance
so
Aegis
much since
Dynamics
I
have
last
already
saw
been
it.
battle-tested throughout the Empire and
Last saw it?
beyond. Outcome and success
It's the
is no
fucking
problem
announcer.
when
Would you
scattered
give it a
across
rest?
multiple ships in battle.
Ah, I can't think. Um, yeah, no. Like, way back when it was. What? What is that noise? So
Invictus
just
is a
gonna. I'm just gonna turn that down so that I can talk. But yeah, like way back when the PU first came out, like there was only like maybe 4 or 5 fighters to choose from. Look at this thing. This thing is a monster. Are you packing enough guns? What the heck? Those don't look like slouches. That. Yep. And it's got the freaking turret on top. Oh my goodness. And the missile launchers. If that thing isn't a heavy fighter, I'm gonna throw bricks. Uh, it is such a different beast to the Arrow here. Like, for one, the footprint is a lot smaller. Like, jeez, look, it's this cute little turret on top is so adorable. You got the weapons sitting right there. And then, of course, you got a couple of missiles on the wings. You know what? I'm actually going to pick up a couple of these. This is kind of a scary gun. Mm-hmm. Oh, M7A. These, by the way, are like one of my favorites. I don't know why, but bearing, like, their stuff just speaks to me. Okay, this has to be the dinkiest little room I think I've ever seen. And of course, you got the cockpit right there. Oh man. God, the Guardian is big enough to be a freaking starter ship. Hmm. Next generation engineering. What hell? Oh. Oh. Okay, I think the background noise is improved a bit. Safe to.
Welcome to the Invictus
Oh,
shipyard.
that guy again.
All of these vehicles you see on display are this year's additions to the fleet. With the expanding nature of operations throughout the systems, have a look to see how each of these ships will help defend the Empire.
You know, the Scorpius is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
The UEE Navy is
Oh.
proud to welcome Aegis Defenders back to Invictus
Dang.
Launch Week. Though they have created some of the most iconic and
Oh, hey, this is
futuristic
the.
ships in our
What's
history,
it? The Scorpius's
their
new
past was
turret.
draped in shadow for decades. We are thrilled to see that they have truly committed themselves to building a brighter future.
You know, we've got all these like fancy beasts going on across the rest of the hall. It's nice to see a timeless classic.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
Hmm. What's going on over here?
While fighters like the Hornet and Gladius have become synonymous with the UEE Navy, the truth is that with the variety of operations during the vastness of the Empire, the Navy utilized a variety of ships, including submarines, mainly for private sector.
Ah, okay. Oh, I know what this is. Interesting that they included that, actually. Now that I think about it, what would be their purpose for including this? This. Oh, you know what?
Invictus Launch
I
Week
bet when they
is a
launched, they
time for
probably had a golden
personal
ticket back here.
self-discovery. As members of the Empire, it's your right to inspect the latest acquisitions of the UEE Navy.
So, it has come time to move on to the next hall.
Although Invictus is a celebration of the men and women who are about to ship off to begin their training, Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduate service, but also gives our active service members much needed recreational leave. Be sure to thank a star today.
So I wonder what Event Hall 2 is going to have. Oh, I might have an idea. Yeah, here we go. Technical support and logistics. So we must be here then. Okay, so ground vehicles over there. Aegis Hall over there. Alrighty. Okay, is it just me or is the Mantis had a facelift? Oh, hello, Wings of Steel. And yes, it is in fact the Mantis. For those of you that don't know, the Mantis is a interdictor. It's designed to get in close, be able to tank enough damage to maintain a quantum dampening field that'll prevent, prevent ships from jumping out. So it's not supposed to be invincible, but it is definitely supposed to be able to take a punch. However, I wouldn't rely on the Mantis to dish that punch back out. Now, if we want something that can really take a punch, I'm not sure I want to call this thing a monster. It's more like a gremlin. Also, like, one thing I want to point out about this thing is look at these tiny little engines. Look at them. They're so little. I actually really want to get one of these. They're almost never on sale on the store. If memory serves, they're not on sale on, what's it, the Invictus store for RSI's website right now either. Bit of a shame if you ask me, but hey ho. You know, I may not have the, well, it's a Terrapin Medic, but I do have the Pisces. There's a thought. I wonder if the Pisces would fit in the MP UV bay on the bottom of the What's it on the bottom of the Idris? Uh. I'll say this, the Pisces cannot take a hit. Like, it is not for combat, period. Like, its guns are... I would go as far as to say that the guns on the Pisces are purely a deterrent. Yep, itty bitty little missiles. Just like itty bitty little guns. Oh no, I'm getting attacked by the Yannis, help. Man, gold-plated stairs. This place must have cost a fortune. So, next up will be the ground vehicle hull, I think.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our Friends and Family group to get a better understanding of what they have to look forward to in naval service.
Nope, looks like I was mistaken. Next up is the Aegis room. Man, I still remember the contest where that thing was where this thing came from. There were a whole bunch of really cool designs in that contest, but ultimately we got this. Of course, RSI has since redesigned it, but there are some guys out there who play Star Citizen and, you know, they tote around in one of these and they are comfortable knowing it is their ship.
And Gladius have become synonymous with the UEE Navy. The truth is that with the variety of operations over the vastness of the Empire, the Navy utilizes a
You
variety
know
of
what? It's been a
capabilities and
while.
tools
I
made
want
for
to check out
us.
the Hammerhead's interior. Hmm?
The UEE Navy's small but elite group of vehicle operators train for a variety of operations. For their combat search and rescue training, they are some of the few non-marine military personnel who are invited to train with the Marines on the hostile environments of Corin.
Ah, this takes me back.
Crusader Industries has been one of the leading manufacturers of commercial transports for a long time. But did you know that they are also responsible for creating military transport
Actually looks pretty lived in. Well, I suppose technically this is actually a UEE ship. It's just, you know, parked here. Hmm,
Although Invictus is a
turret
celebration of the
access.
men and women who are about to ship off to begin their training, Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active service members much needed recreation and leisure. Be sure to grab a starter today.
Oh dear. Oops. We've got a missing model. Yeah, no, I won't lie. The Idris is definitely a bit beefed up compared to this.
Welcome to the Invictus shipyard.
Though,
All of these
1,
vehicles
2,
are
3, 4, 5.
customized and initiated
That's just
directly to
8
the fleet.
quarters.
With the expanding nature of operations throughout the systems, have a look to see how each of these ships will help defend the Empire.
It's 8 quarters for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, just 6. Okay, so that'd be 6 gunners, 2 engineers, and then of course you'd
For
have the
centuries, Invictus has
captain's
been a
quarters on
time
the
for
upper deck, I think.
friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
To think there was a day where I was
For those
toting
seeking to
around in one of
dedicate
these.
their life in the Navy, stop by
Way,
our
way,
friends and
way
family
back when it was the
and learn
loaner
the
ship for
lessons
people who had the
you've got
Idris.
much to look forward to in naval service.
Interesting. The mess hall here
While
seems...
fighters like the Hornet and Gladius have become
Hmm.
synonymous with the
I don't
UEE
remember
name,
seeing any of that food
the truth
preparation
is
stuff on the
that
Idris.
with the variety of operations over the vastness of the Empire, the Navy utilized a variety of ships, including some models made for the private sector. Some of the most valuable members of the UEE Navy never see a moment of combat. Logistics, support, and supply ships are the backbone of our fleet, as they keep our frontline forces equipped to handle any threat that comes their way. The Navy is proud to count MISC ships as a valuable ally in maintaining combat readiness.
For those of you who are watching during the little tour of the Idris earlier, probably recognize these.
A common sight with our brothers and sisters in the UEE Army, Tumbril Lancers were responsible for such dependable and versatile ground vehicles that even the Navy found it beneficial to add them to our fleet to secure landing zones in combat operations.
Oh, this takes me back.
Although Invictus is a celebration of the men and women who are about to ship off to begin their training, Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active service members much
And that hammerhead kind of became a little redundant when the Polaris came out.
The UEE Navy's small but elite group of vehicle operators train for a variety of operations. But for their combat search and rescue training, they are some of the few non-marine military personnel who are invited to train with the Marines on the hostile environments of Corin.
Well, mhm.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in our Navy, stop by our friends and family group to better understand what they will have to look forward to in our service.
I remember I tried using a Vanguard for a little while. Never could get into them. Something about the Vanguard just doesn't feel right for me.
Crusader Industries has been one of the leading manufacturers of commercial transports for a long time. But did you know that they are also responsible for creating military transports? Whether we're moving troops, vehicles, or supplies, Crusader ships have been loyal members of the Navy fleet for years, and will continue for years to come.
So, now it
Welcome
is
to the
time to move on
Invictus
to the ground
shipbuilding.
vehicles.
All of these vehicles you see on display are this year's additions to the fleet. With the expanding nature of operations throughout the systems,
Also,
have a look
I
to
do
see how
apologize for not being hugely talkative. Like, I am mostly taking all this in myself, because when I came here on launch day, it was very, very laggy. And there was just so many people.
sections.
So,
Invictus have been a top
my
performing
biggest
sector
priority was see what I wanted to see and then go.
with its
So,
agility,
as
service,
much as,
and speed.
yeah, I'm basically seeing this almost for the first time, the same as anybody else who's watching. So, yeah. Not to mention, like, I've got nothing against, other streamers and YouTubers and stuff who, what's it, who, like, they're, I can't think. Too many voices. Um, I've not got anything against other streamers and stuff who do commentaries on things, but I don't know. I was like, it's not always necessary, you know?
Welcome to the Invictus ship hall. All of these vehicles you see on display are this year's additions to the fleet. With the expanding nature of operations throughout the systems, have a look to see how each of these ships will help defend the Empire.
This is the troop transport.
Though not nearly at the numbers that our UEE Army brethren order, the Navy maintains an active, versatile fleet of ground vehicles as well, whether for logistics, transport, or even exploration operations.
Okay, those are big. I'm guessing those are supposed to hold, like, heavy weapons.
The
Huh.
UEE Navy is proud to welcome Aegis
You
manufactured
know, I'll
Admiral
be
Invictus Lotus.
honest. I
The
think this
Admiral is
vehicle is
one
kind of
of the most
overkill
iconic
for,
Navy ships in our history.
8
Their
people.
past was draped in shadow for decades. We are thrilled to see that they have
Now this is the thing that you definitely do not want to encounter. Oh, hey, Commander Dredd. I am doing just fine. I have been giving a little tour of the Invictus launch halls.
Celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active service members much needed recreational leave. Be sure to thank a starman today.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Can someone tell me what planet this was taken on? Because I don't think I've seen a desert this smooth in Star Citizen.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our Friends and Family booth to get a better understanding of what they have to look forward to in naval service.
That is a big cannon. Kaboom? I'm pretty sure this thing's bigger than the main gun of an Abrams.
The latest line of defenders from Aegis Dynamics have already been battle-tested throughout the Empire and beyond. With that kind of success, it's no wonder that the Navy expanded their roster of Aegis ships in their fleet.
Ah, more coolers. Oh, that's that new gun that they've been touting for the... What's it? For the thingamajigger, the Nova.
Aegis
Haven't
Dynamics
seen this
is
thing up
committed
close yet.
to improving the pilot experience, more so than any other manufacturer. Their reps and engineers are a common fixture at the Academy and naval bases to try and get first-hand accounts of what works and what
Actually
doesn't
really
in
cool.
their ships.
So it is actually a rotary cannon.
How it goes, I guess. You know, dealing with assholes. Got this guy about telling what he
The
owed me for his haul.
UEE Navy's small
I'm
but
dealing
elite
with
group of
it.
vehicle operators train for a variety of operations. But for their combat search and rescue training, they are some of the few non-Marine military personnel who are invited to train with the Marines on the hostile environments of Corin.
So I take back what I said earlier. The... what's it? The Anvil APC and Ballista and all that, I think they will heartily fit inside there. Because they're not as big as I remember them being. But they're still huge. That is one thing. Not as big as I remember, but still huge.
Though not nearly at the numbers that our UEE Army brethren order, the Navy maintains an active, versatile fleet of ground vehicles as well, whether for logistics, transport, or even exploration operations.
So that's basically the last haul.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends. For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family.
God. I just... I love Invictus so much, because you don't really see this with a lot of other games. You know? Like, they usually celebrate stuff like this outside the game, on websites and whatnot. What'd you call it? Train of thought. Do not betray me, please. But yeah, other other game companies usually celebrate this stuff on exterior websites where, it's mostly just reading and looking at pretty pictures. But with Star Citizen, like, there's actually a convention that you can go to and explore. Oh, pardon me. Like, you can check out the interiors of your ships, you can buy new equipment. Like, it's, to coin a word that can be a little bit of an eyebrow raiser, it's immersive. And I know to a lot of people that's a bit of a groaner term, right up there with realistic. But it honestly is. It's super immersive.
Friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
Security guard. A security guard that I was able to interact with. That might have been a player, actually. I had not noticed how thirsty my character is getting. Whoops. Might be a good idea to pick up some hydrato material.
Celebration of the men and women who are about to ship off to begin their training. Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active service members much needed recreational leave. Be sure to thank a starman today.
Waiting passengers should be mindful of the platform's edge. Strong winds can arise suddenly.
I may need a little more than that.
Tram now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
Oh, getting the Oni something fierce. Dang it. There it is.
Now arriving. Waiting passengers should be mindful of the platform's edge. Strong winds can arise suddenly.
Okay. friggin'. I'm not sure how it is around the rest of the world, but here in the UK, we have an etiquette when it comes to railed public transportation. And that is, you always let disembarking passengers off first. Because, well, you know, you don't want to trap them on a train that they're no longer legally allowed to ride. But, you know, it's a courtesy thing. It'd be nice if more people recognized it. That's a pretty cool jacket. I kind of wish I had one of those jackets. Kind of intimidating to know there's an Idris hovering overhead.
Welcome to IO North Tower, Area 18's premier centre for business development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
Okay, frame rate is cratering. Hello, hello. Welcome to the chat, Mr. Kai Sheldon.
Any news?
Ah! What the?
Had an old friend passing through the system recently who really wanted to see what a city-wide planet looked like.
Welcome to IO North Tower,
ArcCorp's a site.
Area 18's premier centre for business
Every
development.
time I'm there.
Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
This is getting a bit chaotic.
Interesting. How are things with you?
I've been hearing rumors that University might be mandating a curfew. They start having at work. Shift's tired, making sure everyone gets enough sleep. Sure does suck when the government's also pushing us.
Welcome to IO North Tower, Area 18's premier centre for business development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
Been thinking about packing up everything, heading out somewhere new for a fresh start.
Ah, this might not be the correct elevator.
Welcome to IO North Tower, Area 18's premier centre for business development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
No, definitely the right elevator, I think. Alrighty. So, ArcCorp Tower, I guess? Would have figured they'd have it listed as like the Idris experience, but hey ho. Oh, wow. It's easy to forget just how big ArcCorp actually is. It's basically Coruscant. I'm going to put my helmet on. As it is reporting that my character is considerably uncomfortable being up here. Can I buy this here? I don't think so. Bespoke to the Idris frigate. For now, anyway. It wouldn't be the first time that, RSI have decided, CIG have decided that something that was originally going to be bespoke is not going to be bespoke anymore. "16 size 1 missiles, okay." Not gonna lie, this little bugger looks angry. It wants to kill. It very much wants to kill, and it wants to do it soon. It is very depressed that it is not getting to kill. Given the winds we must have up here, who would want to sit at that table? Also, why isn't that flag flying? Just noticed that. It's kind of trippy seeing all the Invictus stuff hanging around. There is one thing I am looking for in particular. Is we saw the what's it? We saw the Idris's interior earlier. Just kind of, it's a P model. I suppose it makes sense. Oh well. There's a point, actually. I did miss this big cargo room when I was touring my Idris. So I'm not going to hang around here long. If you guys are interested in seeing a, proper fleshed out tour of the Idris, you can check out the video once I've put it up. Well, put it up later. That'll be over on my YouTube. Or you could just rewind the stream. So what is the woodland helmet that the UEE uses? The A29, I think it's called. Hmm. I wonder what that is. Oh, gangway. I'll say this, though. I am a little on the eager side to get off of ArcCorp. Center Mass. This is new to me. I don't think I've ever been here before. Mind you, I typically don't spend a lot of time on ArcCorp as it is. Ah, ship weapon shop. Makes sense.
Yeah.
BL ARG. Yeah, I've been hearing a fair few complaints that elevators are still broken, and I haven't encountered any issues with them. So I'm kind of wondering where these complaints are coming from, because they seem fixed to me.
Welcome to IO North Tower, Area 18's premier centre for business development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
I still don't get that statue.
Welcome to IO North Tower, Area 18's premier centre for business development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
don't get why people need to push through others. I don't get it. Well, that's unfortunate. But my character has been in need of something to eat. Ah, freaking.
Or you.
Get fucking.
Or you. Get away from us.
Evidently, I've come across a group of people who are insisting on annoying others.
Waiting passengers should be mindful. Trap now approaching. Strong winds can arise suddenly. Trap now approaching.
Get off our tram! Get off!
Oh, fuck off.
Now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
Yo, you're a little fat. You wanna talk, little fatty?
Remind me to mute my voice over internet provider in game. Hornet must still be in the hangar.
Now arriving. Trap now approaching. Trap now leaving the station.
Like, I don't understand some people. Oh, I am looking forward to getting my frame rate back. You know what's funny though? It doesn't matter if the convention is on or not. Like, on
Fatty,
Area 18,
you
I
as
pretty
well,
much...
little fatty.
Ugh. I pretty much never get a good frame rate on Area 18 as it is.
personal belongings are your personal responsibility. Monitor your luggage at all times.
Hmm. Oh, that's weird. Apparently my hangar
Your
is
insurance.
not
Thank
here.
you to the ASOP vehicle retrieval
Please be
system.
aware
Please visit
that
us
while
again.
in the Stanton
Goodbye.
system and on ArcCorp,
Wait, what?
all UEE common laws are still in effect.
This is the ship I came here in, isn't it? Okay, I'm getting confused. Destroyed?
Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
You know what? Whatever.
For the latest travel information, be sure to check the
Vehicle
departure and
selected.
arrival boards
Stand by.
conveniently located throughout
Your
the
vehicle has
spacecraft.
been delivered to the. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I cannot wait to get out of here. Ugh. God, guys like that make my skin crawl, though. Alright, let's grab the stuff that I picked up and get underway. Of course, I'm gonna have to come back for these at a later date. Huh. Okay, this looks a little different, actually. Eh. Bleh. Okay, they've actually changed up the back of the Avenger a bit. I remember the, what's it? I remember the little cargo bay here being a lot more restrictive than this. I have a feeling that the area has become quite busy since we landed.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Yep, cute. Despite the fact that small hangars have the highest quantity of doors. Whew, pardon me.
Weapon systems offline. Launch complete. Landing gear ejected.
Hmm. Hangar is open, but I'm apparently still in a waiting queue. you know what? This thing can really book. You know, one thing I gotta admit is a little disappointing that my Hornet was dubbed as destroyed. Because, like, it was in a hangar, you know? It's weird.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. Shields online.
Oh, whoops. Okay, so this time I'm going to approach using, what's it? Using coupled and thingamajigger. Using coupled flight with ARG. Train of thought, do not betray me. Cruise control, that's the word I've been looking for.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete. Engines offline. Systems offline.
Oh. What the? What? I'm gonna do a visual inspection of my ship. One sec. Doesn't appear to be damaged. Why is the ramp damaged? Moreover, how did that happen? I wonder if this damage was caused by the same thing that blew up my ship the first time I tried to land. Hmm. 'Tis a distinct possibility. Maybe I'm just strange, but I prefer not having all the Invictus stuff lying around. You know, that just occurred to me. I never actually, what's it? I never actually showed off the brig, which is on the other side of the ship. Apologies for that. Well, my goal right now, anyway, is to depart and get out of the ArcCorp server. Because we may be in orbit, but we're still on the ArcCorp server as long as we're in the well.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
What? Why does it keep doing 3?
Shields offline. Quantum travel initiated.
So, one annoying little problem I'm facing right now. That. I docked at a station and repaired the Idris. It didn't fix the ramp, even though after conducting the repair, I did store it and then resummon it. So I think the only way to fix a busted ramp right now is to claim the ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop out, I don't know, maybe a gigameter from Terra Gateway. Go the rest of the way in my, what's it? Oh, pardon me. Go the rest of the way in the Avenger, and once I get to Terra Gateway, I am going to resummon, well, say that, claim the Idris, which it'll be interesting actually to see just how long the claim timer on an Idris is, because it is massive for a Polaris. I am genuinely curious, like, if claiming an Idris might take a couple of days. Well, we are almost there. I'm thinking maybe 500 megameters.
Quantum travel complete. Engines offline. Systems offline.
I've noticed that the Idris's interior lighting doesn't change based on the pilot console power setting. Or does it? I don't know, I can't shake the feeling now, like it's brighter in here. I know one room to check. If the workout room is still dark, then I'll know the, what's it? I'll know I'm not going insane. Okay, I am not going insane. By the way, just on a point of that guy back on the tram, can I just make a little, like, a little public request? Don't be like that guy. Be nice to people, you know? Like, treat others as you would wish to be treated yourself. Which, now that I think about it, does have a few flaws, because if somebody wants to be, you know, bossed around, and maybe that's his thing, actually. Maybe he wants to be bossed around. Maybe he likes people being, you know, rude and mean to him. What the heck? Okay, is it just me, or is this thing more damaged than when I left it? The heck? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually kind of spooky. This isn't the first time this has happened either, actually. This happened to me before once on the Vulture. Like, the ramp got damaged, and there was no way to fix it. Hmm. I have my suspicions. Whatever damaged my ramp might be the same thing that... Oh, what's it? Might be the same thing that caused me to blow up.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green. Launch complete. Landing gear retracted.
God, that is so weird. Huh? Wait a minute, there's more damage on the thruster. Was that there before, or is that new? You know what? Let's get to Terra Gateway and land before this thing falls apart around me. I'm beginning to think that this particular Avenger might actually be a Mercer-era Avenger, as it seems old, decrepit, and falling apart.
Quantum travel complete.
How did I nail 0 meters per second? I couldn't do that again if I tried.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please make...
What?
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Hey, now, let me out of this death trap.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle. Your vehicle has been moved to us, so please visit us again.
Now, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. I am fairly certain that the results of, or the causes behind some of the bugs and oddities that I've experienced today are a direct result of the combination of this being both a free flight and a weekend. So, yeah, as I tell people on a fairly regular basis, a lot of people's issues with Star Citizen are directly related to networking.
Welcome
So,
to
you
the
know,
ASOP
as
vehicle
always,
retrieval system.
be patient with Star Citizen, as it is a game in active development. People always forget that.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Alright, let's find out just how long it's going to take to actually claim an Idris.
Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent.
Currently being processed. Okay, there we go. Alright, okay, so it'll take just shy of 3.5 hours to claim an Idris. And to expedite, it costs over 100 grand, and you can pull it down to 50 minutes. 1 hour. Oh my goodness. Whoa. I mean, I know it's a big ship, but yeah. I suppose that makes sense. Okay. Dang. So that has been the Invictus Launch Week exposition. This year is a little different, by the way. The exposition hall isn't going to change much. So, in fact, actually, I don't think it's going to change at all this year. So you're basically free to, take as long as you need. You don't have to worry about showing up on time to catch a certain display or whatever. Yeah, honestly, I thought it was pretty cool. You saw how quiet I got. I was mesmerized pretty much the entire time. Just a bit of a shame that the atmosphere was kind of ruined at the end there, but hey ho. Can't control what players are gonna do. So, this will be my stream's conclusion, and I hope you all had a fun time watching. It was certainly an interesting and eventful stream, that's for sure. Bizarre stuff happened today. Last but not least, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. You can get to that via the QR code in the top left of my screen. If you're interested in joining our org on Star Citizen, that's the 4th Fleet Auxiliary. So, we're a new org, but we're growing, and, well, our goal is to be friendly, fun, and, all those other catchphrase terms that big orgs like to tout. But, we like Star Citizen, we play it. There you go. Oh yeah, and last but not least, if you are fond of my content and want to see some more of it, when the end screen for the stream comes around, you will get to see a link to my YouTube channel, where all of my videos get archived. In the meantime, I hope that you have a great weekend, and don't know what time it is in America, so I'm not going to bother there, but as for Britain, wait, is it still morning? Wow, it is not morning anymore. Okay, so good afternoon to Brits, and be by Bo.